Namaste and Salamno. Many delegations of the European Union around the world are cooperating with youth sounding boards. The Youth Sounding Board in each country is an advisory board made of young people that are helping us to make our engagement in each partner country more relevant to the needs and ideas of youth.
In the past year, the first group of Youth Sounding Board members in Nepal and Ethiopia got involved in many activities. There were thematic events, project activities, visits to engage with local governments, planning meetings with the government, and despite being 5,000 kilometers apart from each other, the Youth Sounding Board members from Nepal and Ethiopia have a lot to share with each other, and they can learn from each other.
Today, we will hear these young people talk about their experiences. Young people in Ethiopia and in Nepal and around the world are not only the future, they're also the present. They have the capacity to design change and to enact change, and we must listen to them and support them. We as EU delegations have learned a lot, and the young people have made us see new perspectives. Their voices are relevant and powerful, and we hear them loud and clear.
Youth has no borders. That is why we are so excited to welcome the Youth Sounding Boards of Ethiopia and Nepal to this first international online exchange and to listen to their ideas.
So the main objective of our program is to share lessons learned from the first year Youth Sounding Board experience here to foster cross-cultural collaboration and also share youth experience between Nepal and Ethiopia and beyond the scope of Sounding Board. So in Ethiopia, the Youth Sounding Board plays a crucial advisory role in the European delegation with active thematic committees consisting different talented users from various region, background, profession. So the Youth Sounding Board aims to bring about real and lasting change in how the EU engage with young people in its development cooperation effort. So members of Youth Sounding Board are selected through open call applications, and also we currently have 25 active members representing all regions of Ethiopia. In addition to that, thematic committees focus on social and human development, Green Deal, peace and security.
The YSB consists of 25 youth members aged between 18 to 28, representing the three provinces of Karnali, Sudur Paschim and Madhes in Nepal. This ensures that the board represents the unique perspectives, needs and challenges of each province. Targeted provinces. These provinces were selected due to their underdeveloped nature, low social and economic quality, and limited access to resources and opportunities compared to Kathmandu. Including representatives from these provinces helps the YSB addresses the specific issues faced by young people in this region. The YSB works under three thematic groups. The YSB comprises thematic groups that focus on specific areas of interest and concern and reflects the projects that the implementing partners are involved in. These groups include JC, climate change and governance. Within each group, members work on relevant topics such as promoting women's participation in election, conducting outreach programs for climate smart entrepreneurship, engaging in GBB policy discussion and enhancing youth employability.
Ethiopia is one of the youngest populations within Africa. 70% of our population is under the age of 30. And according to the World Bank, the youth unemployment rate is supposed to be 5.72%, which is 0.78%, increasing from the past 2 years, ever since COVID happened. And this is primarily with regards to low level of education within our education systems, the lack of job opportunities, and the rural-urban migration. And the YSP can really help in a way that we want to be able to work on policies with stakeholders to improve the quality of educations given to our young population, and to be able to better invest in educational system and the quality of teaching. and creating more job opportunities in terms of entrepreneurship and being able to fund entrepreneurs in their projects. For example, we were able to visit one of the regions in the northern Tigray, which is post-conflict area, and we were able to see how much unemployment was in effect as a result to an ongoing conflict within the region. And that was one of our understanding that youth are really the ones that are burdened after those conflicts arise.
The problem here is with the quality of education that we have been getting or we have gotten. So the education system in Nepal often fails to equip young people with necessary skills and qualification demanded by the job market, which leads to massive unemployment of youth in Nepal. And there are too many other problems such as lack of infrastructures, digital divides, connectivity in different provinces. And these 3 provinces which I have mentioned earlier, they have been marginalized if we see the history of Nepal from the very beginning.
I'm going to talk about governance, peace and security in relation to YSP. Nepal, during the regime of King Virendra, which was from 1972 until 2001, made an indirect proposal to be declared the zone of peace. It has been observed that about 112 countries were in support, except for India and the then Soviet Union. Looking back and observing today, the political instability, the extreme dissatisfaction of the people in their government, the poor representation of youth in the higher change-making positions, makes us question if Nepal could ever achieve the status of a peaceful nation or even vouch for it. With the huge number of youths leaving the country, the question of security also arises, like who is left to protect the country if the maximum number of youths are leaving it behind? Participation of youth in politics has indeed increased in number, but the leaders are still the same old people with same old traditional approach leading nowhere but only to grand speeches and debates. However, with increasing youth-led initiatives, the hope is not lost.
The youth, has a vital role and also the vital role to play the governance and peace and security. It's because they are the 65% of the continent. If we ignore the 65% of the population, so we are not working any development of the country. So that's why it's very crucial and also very important they used to play in the governance and also peace and securities. We are facing these things because we are not, the youth are in one side, like the teens are in one side, and the adults are in one side, and those who are like also 16 or 15 or 14 age, they're another side. They talk their own things, us also talking their own things, so we are isolated ourselves. So intergenerational dialogue is very important and continuously exercising these things, so we will learn each other.
When it comes to climate change, many of us are still living in delusion that it's not real, it's a hoax. But as a environment conservation enthusiast, I'd like to emphasize that climate change is very much real. It is unequivocal that climate change is happening, and the impacts of climate change can be seen throughout the world, although the impacts are not equal in all of the parts. The countries like Nepal and Ethiopia, which are the minimal contributor to the global greenhouse gas emissions, have to face the highest cost of climate change. Apart from me, there are 7-8 members who have been working on the same thematic group. We have been conducting events like awareness campaigns on reusable sanitary pads, waste management trainings, etc.
As the Green Deal Thematics Committee of the YSB Ethiopia, we are planning, not actually in plan, we are planning to plant more than 30 trees. That's our mitigation concerning the environmental and cleaning of selected rivers of the country, and then collecting of plastic waste from the street. So that's what we are trying to come up with.
Now we can start with the concluding the space. So I'd like to invite Nikita. Are you here with us, Nikita? She's joining us.
Yes,
now.
what we can do through this alliance is to help each other in the digital advocacy, talk about the youth issues that are happening in the other parts of the world through the network that we have in Nepal. So we can talk about the issues that are happening in Ethiopia through digital advocacy, and Ethiopia can talk about the youth issues that we're having in Nepal. So this is like a great bond that we can have between each other.
The Youth Sounding Board in Ethiopia has successfully fostered inclusive dialogue and also representation among users throughout the country. So this is also one of the things which we believe it's really functioning well and working very much in a visible way where we can see it practically. The platform has also bridged the gap between the young people and also the European Union. So this is also empowering youth to shape policy decisions. This is also something very vital and important things. And also collaboration and also collective actions have been also promoted. This is also something that we need to credit that is really working, also leading to joint initiatives and solutions. This is something that we really shared mutually feel and also shared something that is need to be carried out.
We feel very empowered and we feel so much more ready to raise our voice louder and create an impact in our community and in our country, and at the same time we are learning so many things about INGOs and EU and this intercultural exchange that is happening virtually at this moment. This is also a great opportunity for us to connect with you, and we are sure that YSP is growing globally, and we all look very much forward to see what is going to bring. Thank you.